And welcome to Orc U Gaming. Our reviews will kill you now, branched into gaming. And we're going to do a GTA Online guide for you guys today. This is the Big Con Casino Heist on hard mode, minimal setups. We're going to walk you through everything so you know what's going on out there. I am the man they know as Z, and I will be bringing to you what we did here. This is my man, Doc LA Medic. This is his heist board. As you saw there, we did the cheapest guns, the cheapest cars, and the best hacker he could get, which is Paige Harris. If you notice, he did have to purchase his firefighter exit because Doc forgot to do it. We only did the starred setup, so if you noticed back there, we only did what was absolutely required. We're going to do the group sex entrance into this. So let's show you our final heist board here. We're going to take a look as Doc sets up. We're going to remind you this is Big Con on hard. It's cash, so we might not get that much out. Looks like our potential heist take was $2,326,000. Whatever it is, it's a lot. So we'll see what we actually take. The goal is 1.7. We do the group sex entrance because it's the easiest one. There might not be a lot of group sex going on with two people, but we're also going to exit with firefighter costume this time, and we're going to do the staff lobby because the staff lobby, I'm going to show you a method where you're going to get out undetected. There's not going to be any detection. We're going to walk through the entire thing. As always, we're going to pick the highest buyer, one of the 3 spawn points up near Paleto Bay or above the Fort Zancudo. And as you notice, Doc did not buy clean vehicles, did not buy the decoy because we're going to save us some money here. We're going to make the maximum we possibly can. And Doc, because he's the man, is splitting this 50-50 with me. He didn't need to do that, but he felt compelled. We're going to pick our sexy group sex costumes. And I'll go with a hat because I don't need no face mask blocking me. So let's get started here, folks. As you can see, Doc's arcade is right in the city. That's ideal for this. It helps you do a lot of the setups earlier. A lot of people like to pick the arcade up at Paleto Bay, but that arcade takes quite a bit of time to deliver things to. So we'll take this the easiest way we possibly can. Look at Doc there strolling with his arm tattoos, just casually moving along. So again, the casino heist on hard, Big Con. This should be easy peasy for us. And we're going to show you guys a way to not get detected at all. Doc, of course, is the primo Uber driver here. He's going to drive me to the casino and take care of some business whenever we figure out how to get into this vehicle because obviously I got in first and thought I was going to drive. Yeah. I'm not going to drive. I need Doc to do it. You notice on hard you have 0 lives. You can't get shot. We can't get killed, and the goal here is to teach you folks out there who are either new to GTA or still struggling with your heist how to do this two-man so you can maximize your profits and make all that big cashola. And then we're also going to show you how to get out undetected so you can avoid getting shot and you're not going to lose any money whatsoever. You're going to keep all that loot that you took in. So as we drive into the group sex entrance, remember you needed to have this scoped out. We don't have a video on that. There are other videos. If you have questions or you want a little bit of prep advice, give it to us in the comments below, and maybe we'll do a video on that. Doc's driving on into the main lobby or into the loading bay here, and this is all basically automated. You can't screw any of this part up. Essentially, what the Big Con and the group sex costume allow you to do is get into the casino without any hiccups whatsoever. You should be able to get to the main vault. There shouldn't be any problem. If you've ever done this heist, you know that this is the best way to do it. It should be the easiest. That's why we picked it, because we're trying to save you time. You should be able to do all your heist preps in about an hour and maybe even less. You could solo the majority of it. And with this minimal approach, you're going to save yourself tons and tons of time. I can't tell you how much time we saved on not doing all the additional preps. Make sure everybody gets into the elevator. Don't hit the button until both of you click it, or else one person's going to get left alone. As we walk in here, what we want to do is I always hook to the right because, as you can see, there's a dude walking up on your left. That dude, if you walk into him, you could screw things up and you have to restart and you might lose your elite bonus. We just plow on through here. They're waving you in. They just love it. Come take our money, they say. Doc and I line up, and you got to do the simultaneous swipe. You should all be pretty familiar with this if you're not already. Just give it that old swipey swipe.
Two-card system. Swipe at the same time.
I did cut out a little bit of this for time. You know, if you've ever done this, you don't need to see us running through the man catcher over and over again. I did leave some of the cinematics in, so that might give you an idea of what's going on. And you might hear Lester in the background giving us some attitude and some sass, but we slapped that fellow around.
Why didn't they say something?
Looks like this guy is so excited to see us, he's just going to let us in and give us all that free money. And as always, I will be the one knocking him the hell out. Tell him to tailor his suit a little bit better there, Chief. Look how baggy it is there on the bottom. Come on, buddy. Good night, sweet prince. So as we go in, I'm actually going to show you one thing I noticed in other guides. They don't show you how to get the monies. And this is hard, and it's only 2 people, so that means I got to do twice as much hacking. Doc's not very good at hacking, but I'm going to do all the hacking. He's going to grab the trays right there in the middle ring circle, and I'm going to hack this. The one thing I'll tell you about the fingerprint hack is I highly recommend that you invest in buying the device in the arcade to get you to help memorize this. As you see, I can do it pretty quickly. I just have them memorized. Frankly, I start with the bottom part of the fingerprint usually and work my way up from there. There's only 4 variations of the fingerprints. Maybe there's more. I'm not even sure, but I have it memorized at this point. But on hard, obviously, that's going to take quite a bit of time. We almost lost a minute there. I opened up those 2 so Doc could clean out the rest of that wing. I walk over here so that I can go to this G table, and I'm going to do the additional hack here. You got to remember, every second you spend, especially with 2-man, you're going to see it's not as much money as you'd like to do. So again, if you look at it, when I look at the fingerprints, I always look for the bottom part, and then I work my way up. I usually look for the squiggle in the middle. You'll see me here. I go through this pretty quick, so you got to practice it. There's no other way around it, and if you don't have a good hacker, you're really going to struggle on this. But that's why this is a more advanced guide than your typical guide. I'm going to go here, and I'm going to eventually walk through the door, because you know I can do that. And you'll see I'll start grabbing cash, and you'll start seeing that cash. Right now, we got 581. That's all with Doc grabbing. I got to grab some cash, too. I think, if I recall correctly, I'm only going to get out of here with 2 tables. We may even revise this method. I don't necessarily think I needed to do that second hack, because ultimately, you only have enough time for people to get 3 or 4 trays. If your other guy, I think Doc got 4 trays, I end up getting 2, so that's 6 total. And I think we're going to cap out here at 1.7, maybe 1.8. We're even going to show you, folks out there, how to get the extra money just to give you a little bit of cushion for your pushing. And you'll see that shortly. You see there's a minute left. Not much time for me to grab anything. I'm going to make the decision to grab B because it's a shorter run out. See, we saved that extra table in there so that we could run it right down. You see Doc there scrambling to grab all that cash. We're already breaking 1 million, so that's a good split. Your average split between 4 people might be like 300, 400K. We're going to walk out of here with twice that. Down to 40 seconds here. Lester's going to start bugging you and telling you, get out. There's 40 seconds. We're going to run this down as tight as we can. Usually, I like to hit the circle button by 20 seconds. Sometimes, if I'm feeling bodacious, I'll take it down to 15 seconds. Any longer, and you're going to get discovered. If you get discovered, you're going to ruin everything anyway. So we take it out to 20 seconds. You saw Doc get up there. A lot of people get hung up in these those crates and the different pushy things around. So you want to avoid those. Doc's going to give himself a heart attack here, running through with all that cash. Look at that, 1.7, folks. And there's still a little bit more money to get, so we're going to do our little swipey and get through that man trap, and you'll see what happens next. What I do, I typically, the guards aren't gonna, they don't care. You can pull a gun out, but I like to use the flashlight or whatever melee weapon, except for the knife, down when I do my next part, because I don't want to take the chance of accidentally popping a shot, you know. You don't want to do an office shot. So I go up here and I swipe. Doc's just going to follow me, and he's going to let me do my thing. And we're going to show you folks how to get this done quietly. You run up these stairs. A lot of people, some newbies, panic because the stars come at this point. And Lester says, "Oh, we've been discovered. Oh!" But guess what? You can still sneak around here. And we're going to get out and get our exit costumes. You see the guy there on the mini-map? He's creeping right up. I'm going to walk right out, crouch, and pop him right in the back of the head. I can't emphasize how important it is to make sure you crouch. None of those fellas in that glass right there, they're going to see it, and if you notice, you can run right past the cameras. You have a 4-second window to get past those, where as long as you don't just stand there, this guy comes up, you notice I don't know where anybody is. I'm just looking because we didn't get patrol routes. So I just creep up. If you hold X while crouched, you're going to zoom right up against that guy and just bop him right in the head. You see I turn the corner there and look to make sure this guy doesn't see me. I never knock that guy out. Every time I've tried to knock him out, it always gets discovered or causes a problem with a body later. So I don't mess with that fella out there and just leave him alone. I'm going to go and get my costume here. You're going to see we're going to dress up like some fancy old LS firefighters. Look at that. Los Santos firefighters. The few, the proud. So I still got my light flashlight thing. Yeah, that thing. The thing you knock folks out with. I still got that out there. Doc got his costume. The two of us are going to go right back to the day vault. So you'll see one of these two. Whenever you see a blue swipey thing, that means that's the door that's open. If you see a red one, you can't open it. These folks right here can't see through the bulletproof glass. You're going to see me sneak right in here, avoid the patrolling dude, and hide in the corner, like the coward that I am. And then Doc is going to sneak in when he gets the chance, and you'll see Doc will go in between the tables so that he can get behind that guy who's kind of facing this way. Notice all these dudes are armed to the teeth because we didn't do Duggan's. But guess what? We're not going to fire a shot. He's got his flashlight out, and we're going to simultaneously knock these guys out. Communication is key on this. You're going to need a guy on the mic. Both of you are going to have to be on mic. So as soon as this guy comes around, I'm going to call it out to Doc that we're going to go in 3, 2, 1. And you'll see we'll go here and we both knock him out. Bam, bam, good night. I'm going to open up the door here, and Doc's going to walk right out and go collect all that cash. Now, this is what makes it so sweet. They do not see us. We're not in trouble. We haven't been discovered. It's super easy, barely an inconvenience to collect all that extra cash. Look how easy it is. I'm just going to sit around, stare at the walls, check out some cameras, relax. Maybe I'll pour myself some coffee. You know, I'm just a firefighter, hanging out, no big deal. So it looks like Doc's getting all that cash. The cash that's in that vault it's kind of, you know, it's a crapshoot. Sometimes it's 30,000, sometimes it's 90,000 or 100,000. It just depends on what you're trying to do. I always like to get it just because we're trying to maximize profits here. If you see now, we're at 1.8. So we broke the 1.8 barrier right there. So that's a pretty hefty take that we're both going to get. If you notice, no hiccups whatsoever. Doc comes out. You can see him on the mini-map right there. He walks right past that camera, comes through the door, and we're going to walk right out past these guys. Now remember, on the mini-map, I don't necessarily see them. You can see them when they pop up and you hear them. But if you look at it, I'm just going to walk right out of there. As long as you don't walk into that fella, you're not going to have any problems. If you do walk into him, you're going to have a real issue. We don't even spend the money on armor. No body armor. Save yourself $450 right there. No body armor. Because we're not going to get discovered. Now, here's the point where people tend to struggle with this because they get themselves outside, noose is coming, and you got 5 stars or 4 stars, and you're ready to panic. You can feel the sweats. Your controller's getting sticky. Oh man, we're gonna get killed. Well, guess what? Not a single soul's gonna fire a shot at you anymore. What you do is you're gonna walk towards that bush that you can see right there, and you see there's a news cop car. Respect the cones. You can see all the cops' cones. Don't panic. Take your time. Walk up nice and slowly, and you're gonna see this guy right here standing, looking away from you, and the other guy's not looking at you. Guess what? Good night, sweet parents. He gets popped in the schnozzle, and he's going to sleep. And Doc's going to move out and come right behind me. I'm respecting the cones. If you see on my mini-map, I can see where they're looking. And we're going to run right through here in between these two rocks. And you can see that one patroller walked away from us. Now, what you're going to see across the street is there's two noose guys out there, and one's patrolling to the corner, and he's looking around. Now, I'm going to go right back into crouch mode because I'm going to make sure that I knock him out every time. I'm going to pull my flashlight out, which I just like walking around with it because, you know, it's good for the soul. And we're going to walk right up to this guy, and whammo blammo, good night. So that guy's done too, and guess what? Cops can't see you. There's no cops anywhere. Now, when you get to this point, you could take any car you want. It doesn't matter. You could look and grab any car, any pedestrian. No, you can walk right up to the cars. They're not going to see you, but usually when I come out of here, there's no cars. So we run to the getaway car anyway, and I'm going to show you how to get out with the getaway car. We're not taking the getaway car. We're going to save you a ton of time and a ton of travel issues. If you end up doing this, you're going to say, I wish I did this every single time. So Doc's going to let me drive. I'm going to take the car. And as you see, there are cops. They are looking for us. They're in search mode, which means they're not aggressively chasing us. We're going to go right through here. I didn't realize that there was no curb there, so you see me drive around the goofy rocks and just go up. I'm going to jam my car right up this step, and you see there's cops driving right past us. I'm trying to respect them and see where they're at. The other cop was driving on the highway beneath us. And if you see to your right, that's the LSPD police station right there. We're going to drive right up here, almost run that woman over. And as we jump up here, you're going to see this is so easy. Still no cops, nothing going on. Don't even need a gun, even though maybe I'll whip one out just in case. You see there's a cop coming up here, but guess what? He's not going to discover us. We're going to run and jump here. A lot of people have a little bit of trouble with this jumping. What I would say is don't rush it. There's no need to rush. You save a couple seconds if you just pay attention. Just walk right up. You can even take your finger off the stick at that point and just hit whatever your jump button is. If it's square or whatever it is, this is for the PS4. Here, again, people have trouble. They tend to jump. Don't rush. Just walk up, dead stick it, and just hit square, and you'll just jump up. If you need to, just lean into it a teeny tiny bit and jump up. And look, there's a helicopter. What are you going to do? You might as well as take it. Now, the helicopter might not always be there, and this part's pretty awesome. I don't know how this happened, but Doc's going to get chopped up by the propeller. He climbed up on the propeller and got thrown aside like a rag doll. Sorry, Doc. I think we lost a couple of bucks, but not much. And Doc lived, so it's all good. It wasn't Doc's fault. Somehow the game, you know, it's a little... So, no cops. We lost our stars. We can just take this police helicopter. It's one of the fastest helicopters in the game, and just bebop on out of there. Doc will usually look up for me what our final destination is. Like I said in the beginning of the video, there's only 3 of them. I cut out a lot of the travel time here. Ours is the very tip of Paleto Bay. So you go all the way up here. And we didn't have cops the entire time. It's a fantastic view. What a great joyride we have here. And as you see, I'm flying, I'm cruising in here, and I'm going to take it all the way. I'm not even going to bother landing because as soon as you get close enough to the yellow circle at the end with the helicopters you see right here, I'm going to come in for a crash landing, and it just saves it anyway, so you don't have to land. So, awesome. These guys want our money. We give them our money, and they give us money back. I don't know why they do that. It must be a money laundering thing. And guess what? Doc and I are rich, bitch! For some reason, I got gold, even though I knocked every guy out. Potential take 2.3. Actual take 1.36 minus all of that money. We walked away with a cool $684,000. Double your normal take, 2-man, hard with cash. Cash, you're going to get the least amount of money. If you like, show us, tell us in the comment. We could show you how to get the most money with... typically we'll get the most if we take out paintings. Gold is a good one too. So yeah, we rocked that. We did fantastic. No discovery. And you get to walk out with all your money. All of it. Not even shot a little bit. So that's it from us here at OrQ Gaming. Remember, it's Our Reviews Will Kill You, the podcast and show. You can catch us on YouTube. You can catch us streaming on podcasts everywhere. Stitcher, iTunes, Spotify. Look how excited Doc is. He's going to pour himself a drink because he's excited for taking home $684,000. You can do this every time, folks. You don't need to worry about Duggins. You don't need to worry about doing anything else. You could do the absolute minimum heist setups and make a cool bunch of cash. You can enjoy yourself a drink. And from all of us here at OrQ Gaming to all of y'all at home, we love y'all. We'll catch you later. Mahala.
This place is so quiet.